Now available in paperback and Kindle, Stop Simping in Cyberspace. Learn how to avoid predatory females like Instagram models and e-girls in their virtual con games with Stop Simping in Cyberspace. Get your copy of Stop Simping in Cyberspace in paperback and Kindle today.
My viewers wanted to know what my perspective was on older men stalking younger women on the internet. Now, this viewer says she experienced this a few weeks ago, and I'm sorry to hear that she had that experience online because it's a very traumatizing one when you encounter one of these individuals who's looking to stalk you. Now, when I heard this woman's inquiry as related to this video, it really fits everything I talk about regarding cyber simps in my book, Stop Simping in Cyberspace. Now, in my book, Stop Simping in Cyberspace, I talk about these cyber simps who are men who are looking to get the attention of women online, and some of these men do not really understand the concept of boundaries in the virtual space of cyberspace. Now, the main reason why these men do not understand people's personal boundaries is due to the dysfunctional way they have been raised. Now, many of these older men who are out here online who are cyber simps, a lot of these males come from single mother households, and because they come from single mother households, their mother really has not taught them anything about the unwritten social rules of engagement, and because he doesn't understand those unwritten social rules, he doesn't understand boundaries, and he doesn't understand a person has a right to their personal space in cyberspace. And because he doesn't understand a person has a right to their personal space in cyberspace, what he looks to do is he thinks that anytime somebody pays him a little bit of attention, it's an opportunity for a love connection. Now, whenever one of these older cyber simps sees a woman paying him attention, that's when he really starts to get in his feelings and starts to get really thirsty. And once he starts to get thirsty, he's looking to get the attention of this woman, and he really doesn't even know this person at all. No, all he sees is a virtual image of this woman, and he's thinking that this means that this woman is actually interested in him. Now, this woman probably did nothing wrong. She probably just replied to a comment he posted on social media like Facebook or Instagram or even in the YouTube comment section, and this will go out here and make this cyber simp get in his feelings and think that this woman actually likes him. And that all has to do again with the dysfunctional way he's been raised, because this cyber simp is an individual who's living in a rose-colored reality, and in that rose-colored reality, it looks and feels like our real world, but everything is completely distorted by the perception of the cyber simp. So the cyber simp, he sees women paying attention to him online as them being interested in him, when in some cases it's just you dropping a comment on a Facebook post and agreeing with him, or you just dropping a heart on his Twitter, or you just dropping a heart on a comment he posted on Instagram. That's going to make this guy want to try to start running into your DMs, because he's looking to go out here and believe he can create a covert contract with you, where if he agrees with your comments, this means that you are interested in him and you want to pursue a relationship with him. It really shows how deeply disturbed these cyber simps are, because these cyber simps are just projecting their ideas onto a woman who is just going about her business on social media. But these individuals, because they really do not understand that the internet isn't real, they try to turn a minor comment into a major connection, and it really shows how deeply damaged these individuals are, because you're looking to try to form a relationship with someone online, and not even understanding that you can't make a relationship with someone online because what you see online is not a real person. No, what you see online as related to these to women online is just a part of what they want to show you of who they are, and it's a minor part of who they are because somebody's web presence could basically just be something that they're using for their business or something that they're just using to go out here and present a part of their life, but it does not mean that they want to have a personal relationship with you. And this is something that the cyber simp simply doesn't understand, because in the cyber simp's mind, if any woman pays him attention, then that means that that woman is romantically interested in him. And again, it just shows how completely warped your cyber simp is, because your cyber simp just does not understand where the lines are as related to carrying and conducting yourself on the cyberspace of places like social media. And because your cyber simp doesn't really understand how to conduct himself in cyberspace, he just, whenever a woman pays him any attention, that's when he starts to go out here and violate her personal space by going out here and going into her DMs and constantly dropping messages in her DMs. And if he can find more information about that woman, what he'll start doing is going out here and dropping all kinds of emails. And if he can find out things like her Cash Apps, he's the one dropping money in her Cash Apps and her PayPals, because he's thinking if he goes out here and tries to get this woman attention, she will respond. But a lot of times she's gonna be creeped out, because here is a dude out of nowhere just dropping DMs in her message box. And some of these DMs, they can be downright disturbing, because that's when this guy starts talking all sorts of really sick and deviant stuff. And that's when a woman will get creeped out by this dude's behavior, because this dude really, again, he doesn't understand how to carry and conduct himself online. Now, these guys will also, in some cases, if you have an opinion that is different from them, they will also try to stalk you. And I had to run into this myself back in 2019 when I presented a commentary on black men getting passports to pursue relationships with foreign women. And at that time, these men got so emotional that some of them were actually stalking me in my own social media, and they were basically watching every tweet that I posted, watching every post I made on Facebook. And it was very troubling, and it made me very anxious, because these types of individuals, again, you don't know when they're going to try to escalate their behavior. And that is the scary part about dealing with these cyber simps. These cyber simps, again, they don't understand the whole concept of boundaries, because people who understand the concept of boundaries, they understand that if somebody is presenting something online, you take it with a grain of salt and you keep it moving. If you disagree with somebody, you just keep on scrolling, or you hit the red X on the left-hand side of the Mac or the right-hand side of the PC and keep it moving. Unfortunately, with these individuals, what happens with them whenever somebody goes out here and like a woman pays attention to them, these men just basically lose their minds. And they lose their minds because a lot of these guys, they have really poor social skills, really poor interpersonal skills. They do not really know how to read people, and they do not know how to go out here and walk away from a person and disengage. No, what they do is go out here and, because they get a little bit of attention, go out here and think that, oh, I'm getting attention. So they go out here and try to do more things to get more attention, not knowing that you're, again, creeping out the woman, and you're also creeping out people, because the more you escalate your behavior by dropping message after message, or flooding somebody's posts, or going out here and trying to go out here and escalate your behavior to extremes, like talking about going out and doxing people, this behavior is not something that a mentally healthy person does. No, a mentally healthy person, they understand, look, I cannot, if this person is not agreeing with me, I'm going to put a period at the end of things and keep it moving. Or if this person has told me to leave them alone, what I'm going to do is leave them alone. And these people, again, they do not understand where the line is. So if you go out here and pay them the least little bit of attention, these people they take it to extremes. And that is what makes the cyber simp, in a lot of cases, to be an extremely dangerous person, because this person just goes out here, and when he gets that attention, he starts just escalating his behavior, and from going out here to responding. And then when you tell him that you're not interested, or you say no to him, or you disagree with him, he starts stalking you. And when he starts stalking you, he doesn't understand that he's actually committing a crime, because cyber stalking is a federal crime, and you can go to prison for a very long time. And instead of you sitting on a computer watching things on social media like YouTube, you're going to be watching your back for Bubba and Tiny, and hoping that they don't get a hold of you, and hoping that they don't trade you for the ramen noodles, Little Debbie snack cakes, Kit Kat candy bars, packets of Crystal Light, or go out here and trade you for some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pies, or hoping that your Roscoe isn't going to have you washing his drawers or putting his hand in your pocket. That's what the fate that awaits a cyber simp. But many cyber simps, they don't really understand the danger that they are going to wind up in by endangering others on cyberspace, by not respecting their personal space online. Because when you're online and you are interacting with people on social media, you have to have manners on social media, and you have to respect people's personal space in cyberspace. You have to respect a person's right to be left alone. And if a person wants to be left alone, what you're going to do is just walk away from them. And if you have become friends with these individuals online, what you're going to do is unfriend that individual and keep it moving. But if this person won't do this, I really recommend that the young lady who contacted me, that she just unfriend this individual if they're on Facebook, and block them if they're on Instagram, and block them on platforms like YouTube, and keep it moving. Because the way you deal with these kinds of individuals is you don't keep going in a back and forth with these individuals. No, what you do is you just block them, delete their comments, and keep it moving. And that's what I had to do back in 2019 to many black males who were out here cyber stalking me, because I expressed an opinion that was different from theirs regarding passports and black men traveling to pursue relationships with women overseas. I had no choice other than to go out here and unfriend many individuals and wind up blocking those individuals on Facebook and Twitter. And I also had to wind up blocking a lot of individuals on YouTube and blocking their accounts, because these individuals basically were looking to violate my personal space and were looking to start continuing to stalk and harass me. So I had no choice other than to block these individuals. And that's what you have to do at the minimum. And if this person escalates to the maximum, I suggest you definitely go to local law enforcement and the FBI, because the FBI will go after these individuals. Because again, cyber stalking is a federal crime, And if you are because your internet is going across state lines, and if you get arrested and convicted for going out here to cyberstalk an individual, you can go to jail for an extended period of time. So that's what you do in the case of these cyber stalkers. Again, these older men who go out here and stalk younger women. A lot of these guys, they come from single mother households. A lot of these guys never were taught how to treat a woman. A lot of these guys really don't understand what it means to even have a relationship with a real woman. A lot of these guys never even wouldn't even know how to treat a real woman. And when they get online, they don't really see a woman as a woman. No, they see a woman as part of a fantasy that they're having in their rose-colored reality. And because they're seeing this woman as part of a fantasy that they're having in their rose-colored reality, they don't see a real person, and that's why they believe they have a right to go out here and attack someone online by cyber-stalking them, because you're not fitting into their fantasy and making their world smooth. So that's another reason why these guys, older men, are out here looking for younger women on the internet, because they're looking for women to fit in their fantasies. And that's what makes these guys really twisted, because it just shows how much low their self-esteem is and how low their self-worth is, because here you are in a virtual space looking for a virtual woman instead of looking for a relationship with a real person. And again, it just shows how pathetic some of these guys are, because you're online looking and going after a woman online instead of understanding again that this is not anything real. Nothing on the internet is real. And if you spent time focusing on your life in the real world, you would have a lot better success than going out here looking to go out here and get into it with a woman online. There's a lot of opportunities for things to do outside, but these guys are too scared to go outside, so they go out here looking to get the attention of younger women online and looking to harass them because they're desperate, because they know that they have low self-esteem and they know that they don't have the confidence to go out here in the real world, because people who have the confidence to go out here in the real world are not sitting up in cyberspace harassing a younger woman online. No, they're out here doing their thing, working on their purpose, and if they see a quality woman, they will shoot their shot, and if they get rejected, they will go out here and keep it moving. But when you're dealing with cyber simps, the cyber simp, again, doesn't understand how to deal with real women because he doesn't know how to function in the real world. Now, I'm hoping this answers the question and gives her some perspective to them about why these older men stalk younger women online. But I believe that this viewer would benefit from picking up my book, Stop Simping in Cyberspace, on Amazon.com in paperback or Kindle format. Now, the book Stop Simping in Cyberspace basically breaks down what a cyber simp is, breaks down his behavior, and gives you an understanding of why this man participates in this dysfunctional behavior and why he believes that this is a way to go, when clearly this man seriously has issues and he needs to work out his issues by not just picking up a book like Stop Simping in Cyberspace, but also going to see a licensed mental health counselor. Now, if you want to request a video like the viewer just did, you can send a donation to the Cash App, and if I know something about that subject, I will make that video for you. And if you want to pick up some of my other books on the SJS Direct imprint, like the books in the Simp series or the book The Man Crisis, you can find all those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find them on Smashwords, Barnes & Noble, the iBookstore, and Google Play. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.
Coming to paperback and e-readers, from the author of the critically acclaimed book The Man Crisis comes The Woman Crisis. Learn why so many women are becoming lost in their quest to have it all in The Woman Crisis. Pre-order your copy of The Woman Crisis on Amazon.com today.